Arby?
Gas. Arby. Hello, Arby. Barbie or Arby?
The bike's sick. It's running good. We're gonna go off for another moto in a second.
It's running good.
Go.
What's up, guys? So we are moving to Honda now. There's not gonna be more Kawasaki's. If you see my previous videos on the Kawasaki's, you know I like them, but you know I've always been a Honda guy. It's what I was on before I got on Kawi's, and I've always liked the Hondas a lot. I liked my Kawi's. It kind of felt like a Honda to me. West Avenue Plastic Surgery in Houston, Texas is the title sponsor for this year and the 2022 season for me, and hopefully moving forward into Arena Cross Supercross as well. So go see Dr. Roth over there, and he can get you guys hooked up if you need any surgeries of any kind. Some of you might need it. Some of you might need it. You guys know me, whenever I get a new bike, I always strip it down, because that's what you do when you have new stuff, because they don't make it ready for you like they say they do. So first thing I'm doing, I never use my stock plastic. I always keep a stock plastic, get aftermarket stuff, so that way, one, I'm gonna have a black rear end on the thing. I think that looks cool. A Turby sells like a red to black kit. It actually comes with a perfect color combination of what I want, so I don't have to pay extra for it, so that's cool. Also, these Works Edition plastic, I didn't know, but you can't actually buy these things unless you actually own a Works Edition bike. Supposedly, you have to show proof of ownership of one of these to even buy this plastic. Otherwise, I mean, you can of course just get red plastic and then get like another graphics company to make you so it looks like it. But to buy these actual OEM, you have to show proof of ownership of one of these. So that's kind of crazy. Don't know why it's such a big deal to them, but whatever. But these things are expensive. So when I go to resell the bike later on down the road, I'll have brand new Works Edition plastic put back on it, so it's going to look nice and everything else. So, and I don't want my bike to look like a factory bike anyways, because I'm not a factory rider. I'm not going to do that. So we're taking the plastic off. This is actually the most oiled air filter I've ever seen come stock on a bike, but that's still not as oiled as I would want a filter to be. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to oil it before I ride it. I got the first one packed up. You can see there's a ton of grease inside of here. All right, so now I got some more grease on my finger here. I'm just gonna work this around, make sure this has good grease on it. And I'm just gonna slip this right back in there. Now when you do this, you see I'm pushing some of that grease out. I put more than it needs, and whatever's left over I will take out and put into the next one. Take off that cap. I'm just gonna push, and then boom. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Got the grease from the last one. Again, be careful, you don't want to lose these needle bearings. These here, so I'm just gonna push that right out like I said the last time. Now you can see, completely dry. There's zero grease inside of this thing. I'm kidding, there's a drop. There is a drop. That's not good. These things would wear out so fast. All the linkages all packed in with grease. These things are going to last so much longer than they would have otherwise. On my Kawasaki's that I had last, again, those things don't come with grease either. No new bikes come with grease. It has to do with shipping reasons. So don't buy a bike and be like, oh, well, I got a KTM or I got a Yamaha, so these things come good. No, none of them do. It's for shipping reasons. It's not due to manufacturers. It is for shipping reasons, and they don't come with grease. Your wheel bearings are no different than every other bearing. You want grease in these things. I don't care what anyone says. I've met some people that say, oh no, there's no reason to put grease in there. They're sealed, or, you know, whatever. No, dude, it's a bearing. There's a seal. There's metal rubbing in here. They put some grease in here from the factory, but not enough. Please don't skip this step. This will make your bike ride so much better if you do this. So you're going to take the triple clamps off. How you do that is you're going to take this, the stem nut, take that off, okay? Once you've taken that off, you can wiggle this off of there, all right? Ideally, you want to have somebody help you with this, and I'm only using one hand, and I don't have anybody to help me with it. So we're going to see if we let this hang, how that works. Oh, good, that works nice. So we're going to do that. Now that we've got that there, we need to loosen up this little crown nut deal. I've already broke it loose. You're gonna need a punch and a hammer, or a straight blade screwdriver and a hammer. Whatever you can do to hit up against that thing just to break that loose. We're gonna take that off, and then this is gonna slip right out here. See that bearing right there? We're gonna grease that bearing as well. That bearing and this one here. This one here is gonna be harder than the other one. So we took out the bearing from the top of the stem. Now, as you can see, yes, I know what you're thinking. Grant, there's grease on that thing. There's gaps. So you see light through that bearing. There is not grease in that thing. There's this one tiny bit of whatever this crap is. This is not good grease that's inside of here. So again, you don't have to use Bel-Ray. You can use whatever you want. You're gonna want a waterproof grease. They actually have bearing packers like this, and it literally just fills this thing full of grease, right? Well, we don't have that. So we're gonna do this one in a second, because this one is harder to do. And we're gonna kind of rub it in, and then you're just gonna force it down into the slots. It's not gonna, you're gonna put some on, like, oh man, it's not gonna take that much. This thing will take a lot more grease than you're gonna expect. It's still spinning easy. When it's spinning easy like that, that tells me it's not full of grease. It's still got air pockets in there. When it's full of grease, it's gonna not spin as easy, because the stiction of the grease is gonna really slow down that rolling resistance. But that's what you want, because you want this bearing to really be just coated. Now with this bearing here, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna you're gonna scoop it up, put it into your hand like this. You're gonna put the cone side facing your hand, and you're just gonna do like this. Pack it in your hand. And I'm going to put some grease inside the bearing race, so that's greased as well. And it's not just this. I know this grease would end up on there, I understand, but if you would just put a little bit of grease on there as well, you can't hurt, and all you're gonna do is add some more lubrication. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful. I want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Roth at West Avenue Plastic Surgery for getting me this thing. And if you look at this bike right here, now this is how the bike is currently looking. This is how I'm going to have the graphics set up for the Pro Nationals this year. Trackside Tees, of course, will be doing the graphics on there. I want to give a huge shout out as well to Red Wing Shoes, CJR Services, and Wright Electric, all based out of Houston. So if you're in the Houston area or surrounding, hit these companies up and let them know I sent you, and they will set you up right for whatever you guys need from their services. If you have any suggestions on videos you want me to do, whether it be bike tests, bike reviews, dialed in stuff, nutrition, training videos, daily vlogs, weekly vlogs, race vlogs, of course I'll be doing my Pro National vlogs. And next week I'm going to have my extensive dialed in video of this bike, so you guys will know everything there is to know about the 22 CRF450RWE. Hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys next week.